Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best DSLR cameras. Starting at number 5. Canon EOS 90D. We spent some time testing the Canon EOS 90D and we are convinced this is the best Canon camera. Opens a new tab. For enthusiasts. It arrived with groundbreaking specs that no other camera in this category can match, and packs in an amazing 32.5 million pixels, the highest yet for an APS-C camera. Though you shouldn't expect to see any obvious and instant benefit in image quality. It all depends on the lenses. And the 18 to 135mm kit lens supplied for us to use is not one of Canon's best. Instead, revel in this camera's 10 frames per second continuous shooting capability and its uncropped 4K video capture. A consumer-level Canon that, finally, doesn't reduce the angle of view for 4K video. Disparo continuo da alta velocidad de hasta 10 frames per second sin retraso durante la grabación of video 4K UHD 30p/Full HD 120p. Sistema AF to do tipo de 45 puntos asterisk admite hasta 27 puntos con una medición f/8. Equipado con una 220,000 pixels nuevo sensor AEY EOS ITR AF. Detection de cara. Coming at number 4. Pentax K1 Mark II. Pentax seems to soldier along in its own little bubble, seemingly unaffected by outside events, so we found the Pentax K1 Mark II typically solid but unadventurous in its specifications when we reviewed it. It does have a tough, weather-sealed construction. And a highly effective sensor shift image stabilization system that works with any attached lens. Unlike competing Canon and Nikon DSLRs, which do not have in-body stabilization. Better still, the 5-axis stabilizer can work in trick modes to deliver anti-aliasing correction. An increase in fine detail and texture based on pixel shift through multiple exposures. And even an astrotracer mode to avoid stars appearing to streak through the sky. With a 36MP full-frame image sensor, the K1 Mark II certainly gives you a lot of megapixels for the money. Though we think the 33-point autofocus system feels dated, and live view autofocus is definitely pretty poor. For DSLR fans who want a big, solid, premium quality and traditional camera feel, though, we think this camera still has strong appeal. Aleación de magnesio, cuerpo resistant a la intemperie para cada situación exigente. Modo de exposición extendido astrotracer con senderos de estrella reducidos. At number 3. Canon EOS Rebel SL3/EOS 250D. There are a few Canon cameras that are cheaper than the Canon EOS Rebel SL3, known as the 250D in Europe. But they lack its features and build quality. You don't have to pay that much extra to have features such as a vari-angle touchscreen, a 24.3-megapixel sensor with Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF technology, which makes the autofocus in live mode really fast. Just like a mirrorless cameras, and guided screen options to help you learn. It's also capable of 4K video, so if you think you might want to have a go at filmmaking, this may be better for you than the Nikon D3500. Having used Canon's cheapest DSLRs, sorry, Canon. We think the EOS Rebel SL3/250D is definitely worth the extra 4-foot Y3. 4 feet, video UHD 4K 24p y película de lapso de tiempo 4K. Sistema AF de 9 puntos, CMOS AF dual pixel, ISO 100 to 25600. Disparo de hasta 5 frames per second. Wi-Fi Y Bluetooth Integra 2. Number 2 of my list. Nikon D780. The long-awaited upgrade to the much-loved Nikon D750 certainly didn't disappoint us. The Nikon D780 includes the same on-sensor phase detection autofocus as the Nikon Z6 to give the same mirrorless, Live view performance, a great advantage for stills photography and especially for video. Admittedly, Nikon was a bit slow off the mark as Canon has used its own dual-pixel CMOS AF in its DSLRs to do the same thing for years. However, the D780 doesn't just have advanced live view AF. It also comes with a high-resolution tilting touchscreen display for QHD video, dual UHS-2 compatible memory card slots, and continuous shooting speeds up to 12 frames per second in live view mode. Combine that with its solid design and comfortable grip and you've got a camera that's an instant classic. El procesador de imagen ext 6 funciona con la última generación de cámaras reflex digitales Nikon y cámaras sin espejo. El motor de procesamiento de imágenes ext 6 es tanto el cerebro como el músculo detrás de la impresionante calidad de fotos y video, rendimiento AF, claridad de luz baja, reproduction de color y mucho más atractivo AF, con el enfoque automático de detección de ojos en modo de vista en directo. El D780 rastrea y bloquea el enfoque en el ojo del sujeto utilizando su potente sistema PDAF de 273 puntos, asegurando retratos críticamente nítidos. Inclinación, tocar, Dslr, pellizcar. La pantalla táctil LCD inclinable hace que sea fácil obtener la toma, incluso desde ángulos altos o bajos. Utiliza Touch AF, control del obturador táctil y navega por menús. Reproduction y mucho más como si estuvieras usando un dispositivo inteligente con función táctil. And number 1. Nikon D850. APS-C format DSLRs like those earlier in our list offer a decent compromise between features, quality, and price. But professionals will demand a step up in image quality, and that means a full-frame DSLR. We found the Nikon D850 an expensive camera, though prices are falling, but with capabilities that put it in a class of its own. Its 45.7 MP resolution is spectacular. It has a 153-point autofocus system and can capture images at 7 frames per second or 9 frames per second with the optional D18 battery grip. Amazing video features also makes it one of the best 4K camera, opens in new tab, choices around. Though the newer Nikon D780, opens in new tab, would be a better and cheaper choice for videographers. We know the Nikon D850 doesn't have the new Nikon D780's hybrid on-sensor autofocus technology. So its live view autofocus speeds are relatively pedestrian, but we don't find that much of a handicap for measured professional photographic shoots. And it scarcely puts a dent in the D850's all-round appeal as arguably the best DSLR of all time for professional photographers. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.